Right everyone, I think I'm on my own. Each time I try and record, yeah, 50 people turn up. So we're going for a little bit of an adventure, a little bit of an explore. Haven't done this for a while, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So the idea today is to go back where I used to go back in the day. Now, we'll be honest with you all, I haven't done any survival or anything like that really. That used to be a really good water source. Now it's more of a swamp than a pond. There's quite a few of those around. Just gotta look for them. But yeah, I haven't done any survival or any prepping or anything like that since COVID really. For years I was really into survival, prepping, that kind of thing. But yeah, since COVID I haven't really bothered. And then when it comes to making videos, it's always the same old thing. So that's why my videos are few and far between, because they're always the same kind of video. It's going to be a hot one today. It's going to be 25 degrees Celsius, whatever. So it's going to be a warm one. But I do feel kind of stupid though, because normally this is just swamp. That's why there's logs, so you can walk on the logs. But normally this is just one big swamp, and then further up we go, it'll get even more swampier. But because it hasn't really rained this year, we had a little bit of rain the weekend just gone. Today's Wednesday. I thought this would all be wet, but it's been dry. Been dry. Yeah, so during COVID, I spent quite a lot of my time doing mediumship, learning mediumship, that kind of thing. Nice little stream. Yeah, it feels a lot cooler than here. So yeah, been landing mediumship, been landing that kind of thing last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, and I've kind of abandoned the whole survival thing. But try and get back into it. So yeah, so the videos will be few and far between, because there's only so much I can do in the way of survival without every single one being the same old video. But this is where I used to go back in the days, with this one and a different woods on the other end of town. Even that's all dried up. I don't even know. Yeah. So sorry for the wobbly camera, guys. I'm using my GoPro. Even now I'm getting warm. So yeah, so I've got my bag with me, guys and girls, and I do have a tent, which you guys have seen before.
Oh, okay, restart.
So yeah, so I do have a tent that you guys have seen before, I put up in my back garden a few months back. Plan on putting it up out here once I get to my location. Also, I do have a new water filtration, but like I said, it hasn't really been raining that much this year. Like I said, we had a little bit of rain over the weekend, but nothing to fill the rivers up and all that. So we'll see when we get there on the water situation. I do go into the shop to get some bits anyway, so I got some drink. The only thing that I don't have, which I wish I did bring, is midgie spray. I forgot to pick up midgie spray. Yeah, but apart from that, should be a pretty good day. The thing is, sitting there, I'm having like thoughts of when I used to do prepping back in the day and how much fun it was. So yeah, maybe I should get back into it again, like properly. Sweating, you guys, but really I'm sweating. Don't think it's too much farther or further.
No, I think. I think it's along here I need to go. So yeah, it's this direction I need to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the camera because I need to put a few things in my bag and I need to take a few things out my bag. So yeah, I'll see you all very shortly. Right guys, I think I'm ready, he says. Now you're probably thinking, why have I got 2 sticks? It's because over here somewhere it will drop off. So hence why I've got these. And what I need to do now, guys, is to get over on that side. So that's what we're going to do now. So, now you can call me an old man if you want. I don't care. You can call me an old man if you want because I'm got these 2 sticks, but I can assure you in terrain like this, I'm thankful. Now, in the past, I have used this area before in the past, but as you can tell, there's quite a lot of moss around. I have no problem using this area if I need to, but my plan is to go that way. That is my plan. So again, do I want to weed back through those bushes, or do I want to go the easy way, or the harder way, which is this way? I'll go this way. Now these shoes are waterproof to a degree, so it don't really matter if I step in. Oh, actually, yeah, that's even better. Let me go through this way. Yeah. Now, me and my partner used to come here quite often back in the day, and obviously it's all going back. It was overgrown back in the day anyway, but it wasn't this bad. Yeah, it was never this bad. Why did I leave it so long? And why did I not bring any tools to cut this lot back? I was starting to think going that way probably was the best idea. trying to remember where we were all those years ago. I think it was in this area. A lot of things have changed since I was last here. This would be a good area because it's right by the river, or the stream I should say, but I think it might be further up. I do apologise guys, I'm just trying to work out where my camp was all those years ago. And I remember being up over there and seeing the stream over here, but I can't, yeah. Yeah, this is the area. So I remember being like a little gully here and then down to the stream. So yeah, I think this is the area, guys. Right, I'm going to try and find a easier path to get down to that stream. Like I said, I do have other drinks that I could drink, but like I said, I've got a water filter, and digging through some of this sometimes is not worth it for all it's worth. what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up camp, or yeah, I'm going to set up camp over there, chill out for a bit. Like I said, I've got other snacks I could use, but I've got a pot noodle, which I need water for. So when I get to the point of I need to have the pot noodle, then I'll work out how to get down here to the stream. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. So let's go back up over here. Now this is generally a safe area. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there is a field. I think it's a farmer's field, and I think he or she looks after livestock. So I don't. All the times I've been here, never had a problem with the farmer or farmers. Don't know whether that's the right word, or even if that is a word, farmers. Never had a problem with them in the past. So I'm not going to light any fires out here. I do have a gas stove. I know there's a pathway not that far up there, but again, for them to actually get to me, they have to fight through all the holly and brambles, cross the stream, and then get to me to cause a scene, so to speak. So like I said, I'm going to go up over here, see if I can find any remains of my old camp. And this, in the spring, is just full of bluebells. Quite nice, wild bluebells. So let's see if I can find something to do with my old camp. I don't think there is anything, because me and David around this area here, we built a little fire pit, and we covered it with logs. This could be it in here actually, and before this lot. But like I said, I'm not building a fire today because I've got my gas stove if I need something to eat and drink. Plus it's too hot. I'm not worried about dying of hypo, or probably hypothermia, but not hypothermia. It's not going to rain today. It's going to get up to 25 C today, so I'm not have to worry about dehydrating, yes, but not dying of the cold and wet. So yeah, I'll see you all shortly. I'm just going to turn the camera off and get myself chilled out for 5. Hopefully I might stop sweating for 2 minutes, and then yeah, we'll make a plan. So I'll see you all very shortly. So guys, with a little bit of a break, I'm still kind of on a break, but I've decided to move location. I was originally over there where I used to be back in the day, doing all this kind of stuff, and I found, I'm assuming it's a deer path, or I'm going to say animal path, because I don't know whether it's a deer track or a fox track or a beaver. Not a beaver, badger, that's the one. I know there were, again back in the day, I know there were badger holes along here, so it could be badger. I'm going to say badger tracks along here. So I followed it and found this location just here, and it's a lot less leafy here I just need to move some branches out of the way, but there's a lot less stuff on the ground here, and then we'll take it from there. And there is an easy, I'll take you down there in a second, but there is an easy access to, or easier access to water just down there. But it's one of those things, guys. I'm not lazy. I'm not lazy by any means, but I'm knackered. Absolutely knackered. And I think tomorrow I'm going to have a cheat day, or a lazy day, depends on how you want to call it. I think tomorrow I'm just going to sleep until there's no more sleep to sleep. But I need to remind myself I need to phone up the doctors tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, I do have my bag down there with some food, but it's just trying to get the energy to put the tent up. Put the tent up, having the energy to go down there, get some water, get it all set up. You know when you have those days where you just keep on going and going and going and going and going, and then just out of the blue you just crash. That's what's happening to me at the moment. I've kind of crashed. I had good intentions of coming out here to show you what the tent looks like, because like I said, I've put the tent up in the garden, came out here to put the tent up out here, good intentions of showing you guys what it's like. Yeah, I'm burnt out, absolutely burnt out, but I'll get there. It's only about 11:30 in the morning, so I'll be alright. I'll be fine. So yeah, tomorrow and Sunday, today's Wednesday, so Thursday and Wednesday is just going to be my lazy cheat day, where I'm not going to do anything, and it will be survival programs all day. Survival. So yeah, that's the thing, guys. If you guys and girls have any good suggestions on survival movies or survival end of the world apocalypse kind of like shows, leave a comment below, because that is what I'm going to be watching Thursday and Sunday. That is what I'm going to be watching. Survival movies, and I watched World War Z, I think it's called. That's a good film. I've watched 2012, again, good movie, long movie but a good movie. What else have I watched? Try to think what else I've watched. But they're like my main two that I've watched that I liked. So yeah, leave a comment below of what you think is a good doomsday survival movie, and I will go and watch it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna take you guys down there. Show you the water. Now you got to remember, guys, it's summer. It's second week in July, and we've had no rain. So the weekend just gone, like I said, it was Wednesday. Weekend just gone. It's the first decent, what I call rain, we've had since January, possibly February. So everything's dry. That's the reason why I'm not lighting a fire. That's the reason why I'm using a gas stove, not an open fire. Because all of this will just go up in flames if I use an open fire. And again, guys, I know people have commented this before. Are you just playing army in the woods? No, because it's just me. An army is more than one person. If I was playing army in the woods, I need several people to play army. Yeah. And again, guys, the reason why I'm making this video is the fact that I've got bugs all over me. So beginning of this year, like I said, I'm in the UK. So this does not affect me, you know. But when you think about it, guys, you got in America, beginning of the year, you had the fires in, was it California, LA? I know it was like South America, like, yeah, California, LA, somewhere like that. Can't remember. Yeah, those big fires. This month of July, you've had where it should be like the hottest time of the year, the driest time of the year, Texas had large amounts of rain come through that part of America, Texas, and now some parts of Texas are suffering from flash floods. People have died, people have gone missing, homes are destroyed. But we do have fires here in the UK. I remember a few years back, a couple of towns over, similar to where I am now. It's a town in the woods, like this one. This is a town in the woods. You can go 360 and there'll be nothing but trees. I'm probably not even a mile away from, as you saw, I walked it, not even a mile away from the town. And I'm in the middle of the woods, you know. So, like I said, a couple of towns over, someone deliberately set a fire in the woods, hoping to burn down the whole entire woodland of that area. Lucky enough, people got involved pretty quick and put the fire out. They only burnt down a couple of acres. It wasn't like, like California. I'm going to say California. I could have got my geography. I probably got that wrong, but let's say California. It wasn't that bad. They got it under control and put it out pretty quick. But where we are, little pockets of fire do break out, and it's dealt with pretty quickly. We've got vehicles that can go off-road, big heavy duty vehicles that can go off-road, and get to that situation pretty quick. So yeah, we do have floods here in the UK. Some parts of the country are actually built on old riverbeds, and they've been built on old lakes and ponds and whatnot. They get flooded. Some houses are actually in towns are actually built on sinkholes. There are more sinkholes here in the UK than I'm not going to say anywhere else in the world, but there are sinkholes here. People mine for all sorts here. We've got all sorts here, minerals and all that they used to mine for back in the day. So I'm a little bit more prepared. You look at COVID. I'm a little bit more prepared than most people in my town. We've had power cuts in the past. I'm alright. I've got power banks and all that. I've got all sorts. I'm alright. And I remember a while ago we had a power cut, and the whole neighbourhood where I lived panicked because their Wi-Fi wasn't working and their fridge wasn't working, and they couldn't boil a kettle to make themselves a drink. And I remember this one guy banging on the door saying, "Do you have electric?" I'm like, "No." "What? How are you doing this and how are you doing that?" I'm like, "We're not. I'm like you. We've got light because we're sensible. We've got light because I've got an oil lantern, for example, or I've got a power battery powered light and stuff like that. You're seeing that through the window. You're not seeing typical light hanging from the ceiling, so to speak. But they're all playing like COVID. Type in COVID on YouTube and you see all those stupid things that happen. I didn't have to worry about any of that. And now I still don't have to worry, even though I haven't done it for a while. I'm talking about survival. Haven't done it for a while. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be alright if COVID ever happens again. So if this woods goes up in flames because someone decides that they want to light a match, I'm alright. I can just pack up my stuff and go. It's not the end of the world. And this is the other thing, guys. If you know that there might be something on its way, like a flash flood or like a fire or like whatever, pack up, go. Pack your stuff up, leave. It's always best to leave before, because you can always come back. If you leave it too late, you're screwed. You are literally screwed. If this lot goes up in floods, I don't have to worry about floods where I am. I live on a hill. Where I am, the whole town is on top of a hill. So if there's going to be any floods in the area, it's going to be in neighbouring towns where they're on lower elevation than I am. You can't get any higher than where I am in my area. If I go to a specific part of where I live, I'm not going to say where I live. If I go to a specific part of where I live, you can see London. You can see the towers of London. You can see the high rises. And if you go on a day like today, nice blue sky, it kind of like looks hazy. You can see the hazy outline of the buildings. And if you got that, I may even do this one day. I don't know yet. But if I go up there at night time, I'll probably do in the winter months, probably like October. If I go up there at night time, you can actually see the lights of London from where I am. You know, this location I'm talking about is about 3 miles away from where I am. I can do it easy, you know. But you can see the lights of London, and you can see all the towns. And is there any cities between where I am and London? I'll say small cities. Yeah, you got Reading, you got Woking, you know, yeah, you got all those around that area, and you can see all the farmers' fields. You can see like airports. Can't remember whether I can see Heathrow Airport or Gatwick, but yeah, you can see all the farmers' fields. You can see, yeah, you can see everything in between where I am and London. And London is, I don't know the exact miles, but it's like 40 plus miles from where I am. And you can see the lights of London. So I don't have to worry about floods. The only thing that, you know, I'm concerned about, but I'm not concerned about, is fire. And I think they're sheep. Or goats. I think they're sheep. Even they're agreeing with me. You don't have to worry about floods. Because it'll just run downhill. You be quiet right there, I'm trying to talk. So yeah, the only thing I have to worry about is fire. You know, if this all goes up, my house is right in the middle of all these trees, and my house will burn down. So yeah, that is the reason why I'm playing, quote, army, as people will say, army, in the woods. No, I'm not playing army, I'm just being sensible. Like I was sensible before COVID. Like I was sensible and not buy all the toilet roll and all the food in all the supermarkets and panic buy. Yeah, this is the thing I don't get, guys. This is the thing I don't understand before I show you this water source. COVID is, my understanding, please tell me if I'm wrong, my understanding is COVID is like a flu. It's flu-like symptoms. Right? So why did people panic buy toilet roll? Toilet roll. Of all things, why toilet roll? Now, if people are panic buying those little pocket tissues, they come in those little packets, and you put them in your pocket or your bag, that I can understand. Or if people are panic buying those like little boxes with the tissues inside, I get that. Because when I get a cold, I get a runny nose, so I get that. I understand and get if people are panic buying things like paracetamol or ibuprofen or cold and flu tablets and anything to do with cold-like medication. Again, I get that because it's a flu-like symptoms. Even though the scientists and the doctors say no, if you take paracetamol, ibuprofen or any cold and flu tablet, it's not going to work because it's not cold and flu, it's COVID. But yeah, it gives you that symptom of having cold and, you know, and all that. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. When I get a cold, it's normally either in my chest, my joints, so I get my muscle ache or joint ache, depends on what it is I've got. But when I personally get a cold, when I personally get like a real cold, when I go to bed at night, I get hot and I get sweaty. I break out in sweats when I'm in bed. I have trouble breathing. I'm a big guy. I'm a big, heavy guy. So I sweat a lot when I sleep. I have trouble breathing when I lay down to go to bed. I think I said this before. I get like runny nose, I get a cough. Sometimes I get... Isn't it funny, guys, that when you're trying to do something in the woods... I've just done a little bit of a time lapse there. Yeah, so I've done a little bit of time lapse there. And I thought, well, I'll quickly just pick this up. Yeah, it's not perfect. But isn't it funny when you're trying to do something and just, yeah. People always not show up. No one literally showed up here to ask what I was doing, but yeah. I'm closest to the path than I realise. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is I've got some rope in, well, not rope, but it's a cord, and I'm thinking on, because it's got like a little toggle on top, if I reach up high enough I could tie the branch to this one, string it across, because I've got it in between trees, string it across to probably this one here. Then I can get rid of the the pole and see how that looks. That may look better. It may tidy it up a little bit more. So all my tents I've got all DD hammocks. All of them are DD tents or hammocks. This one is a DD tent and is not set up properly. Yeah, it's not set up properly. Maybe alright if it's a quick, quick shower coming through, that'd be ideal. But if you're gonna plan on, I'm not spending the night here, guys. Not spending the night. But yeah, if I was spending the night here, that wouldn't, I wouldn't be happy with that. So yeah, I'm gonna try the other way. I'm gonna try it the other way. I'm gonna try it between two trees, like with the rope. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna time lapse it again. Actually, I probably won't time lapse it. I don't know. I probably will time lapse it, and yeah, see what this, because this may take me a while. So that's why I'm going to time lapse it, because it may take me a few minutes to sort it out, because I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that. So let's try it again with the old time lapse. I don't have diarrhea. When I get cold and flu, I don't get diarrhea. I don't have what you typically get with diarrhea. So yeah, so what I'm trying to say is when I get a cold and flu, I don't have diarrhea. And I caught COVID once that I know of. I caught COVID once that I know of, and I didn't have diarrhea. I did not have diarrhea. So yeah, but people are panic buying toilet roll. I will be honest with you guys, like I said, I don't normally do these kind of videos. I don't normally, it's been a while since I've uploaded, but please tell me if I've done this video before. Please tell me if I sat here before and made this video, because I'm having one of those, I'm not going to say out of body experience, but it feels like I've done this before. It feels like I've sat here before and spoke of this before. I felt like I've sat in this very same spot talking about COVID and that kind of thing. And these sheep are really active today. Like I said, I feel like I've done this before. If I have, let me know. Let me know if I have. Because it feels like I've sat here before. Yeah, it feels like I've sat here before. But I can't remember whether the goats were, or the sheep I should say, were kicking off. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them on down to the water, and then in this general area I'm going to put up the tent, because I think if I remember right, I've done this before and I didn't upload the video. I don't know, it's very weird. And I will be honest with you guys, like I said, during COVID I done mediumship, and a lot of strange things happened whilst me learning mediumship. Like a lot of deja vu, like I've done this before. If I remember right, and I feel like I've done this before, but I felt like I never uploaded the video because I've done it before. If that makes sense. What I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna grab one of my sticks. My feet are going dead. So yeah, what I was thinking, guys, either put my tent up around here or shove it in that corner over there. Because me talking about deja vu, I don't think, if I have done this before, I don't think I put my tent up. I think I've done my little speech, then went home because I couldn't be bothered. That's how I feel. Now these things I absolutely hate. It's holly, and I absolutely hate it. I hate it with a vengeance. And all of these holly trees should be cut down and destroyed. Now, the reason being, back in the day, I used to live in a different part of this town, and the woods were literally on my back garden. I used to leave the back garden, the woods were right there. Leave the house and the woods are right there. And I wasn't paying attention, and it was kind of like this, where it's like all bunched up and all that. And I had my eyes closed, and I was fighting through the holly, and something happened, and a branch literally flicked back and hit me right in the face. And obviously I had my eyes open, and the spiky bit of the holly scratch my eyeball, and boy did it hurt. Or it's like having something, you know, when you get like something in your eye and you want to get rid of it, and you know if you get rid of it, your eye will get better. Well, this I never did. I kept rubbing and rubbing, and in the end I had to go to the local A&E department and get someone to look at it, because it just would not go. And it was annoying for days. I had that annoying itchy thing for days. If you had that experience, you know what I'm talking about, but it's really annoying. So again, I've got to be careful, because I don't really want to spend the rest of my day in hospital or the local GP, get my eyes tested again. I think the footpath is literally just there, which I don't mind, I don't care, yeah, whatever, right? It might actually be better if I went down like that way instead of trying to fight through brambles. I will be honest with you guys, I do miss these days. I haven't done this for such a long time. I think the last time I did this like properly was back. It's like, I think it was the summer of 2019, and I went on holiday. Me and my partner went on holiday for a week, and came back, and we came back on a Saturday, and went back to work the following Saturday. I went out to my other location, wasn't this location, it was my other location, where I built the shelter. Me and my partner built the shelter, and where me and my partner built the shelter, and it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? It's like when I was there, it didn't feel right, and it felt like someone was watching me. I don't know whether I posted it on YouTube. If it is, it will be somewhere on here. And look back about 4 or 5 years ago, you'll see it, where I was. But yeah, the path is just over there. I can hear people, so I'm just going to stand here for a second. And I think that was one of the last times I went out properly, and I just didn't feel it. I just didn't feel connected. I just didn't feel connected to prepping. I didn't feel connected to survival. And yeah, it was weird. It was very, very weird. And then that was the summer of 2019, and by, I think it was like April of 2020, that's when it started like hitting home here of COVID and the threat of COVID and all that. Yeah, I still remember that, like, at work we had a staff meeting around about April time. We had a staff meeting, and it was talk about COVID and all that. Like, yeah, and I kind of like lost interest in the whole survival. So yeah. I think in future, guys, I'll probably camp out on that side. as long as I don't light any fires, and as long as I don't create too much issue, yeah, it's good being on this side. But it just looks clearer on that side. So yeah, there's a footpath down there. So yeah, I could find out where the footpath is along there, come down here, and probably put my tent over that side. Actually, I might have to change my location again, guys. If I can explore where that gate is, and where that footpath is, and if it's away from here, I may put my tent over there. Because obviously people walked down this way before and crossed over. I don't know, guys, what should I do? Because it's going to be easier there than it is going to be over there. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, so the footpath's literally just there. So yeah, come down this way. I could. Maybe not. Footpath, I think, is along there. I was thinking about having it here, so this would be the back end, and the entrance would be out here. But yeah, the reason why I chose up there because it's out of the way. Like I said, it's a weekday, so most people are at work anyway. Maybe in future Dewberries I'll have this area instead. Because I can sit up on that ledge over there and have a tent out here. I may do that in the future, guys, so I'll stay up there for now, but maybe next time. Yeah. Yeah, weaving there. Yes. There was a guy that literally just went through the gate, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go way back over that way. That's the only problem. Being on this side, you're so close to the gate. So I'm going to go and hide on the other side. Right. Like I said, I knew I was close to the path because I kept hearing the gate and people talking. There you go. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stop the camera. And I'm going to make a plan. So probably going to have if I do set the tent up, have it along this bit here. So the entrance would be obviously this end, the back end will be back there. So yeah, if I get my act together, that's what I'll do. See you all very shortly. Stay tuned. So guys, a little bit of a time lapse going on there. Far cry to what it was. Again, still not perfect. I wanted to tie it between this tree and this tree, but when it comes to with the cord I've got, it's like putting a shorter straw. I pulled the short straw and I couldn't be bothered to go back in my bag to pick up the longer cord. So yeah, there is two hoops at the front which you can stake into the ground. I've left them open because you tend to peg it with this one. I find you peg them in as you go to bed at night, you hook them in then and you zip, and it's got a zip and you zip down. So that's the other way, guys, that you can put this tent up. That's the other thing with DD hammock. Again, I just wanted to put this in there. I'm not being sponsored by DD hammocks, by the way. Not being sponsored by them, but most of my gear, not all of it, most of it is DD hammocks or DD tents. I think I have done a video of this in the woods before, but I thought I'd do it again, but in a different design, as in a sense of, I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but there is a called keeping this up instead of what you saw at the beginning and probably in my last video. I used a walking stick to pop up in the inside. I did that to begin with. It didn't quite work well, as you probably saw on camera. This one is not too shabby. Again, if I had more time, and again if I was spending it overnight, I'd probably be a little bit more particular on how I set this up. I would have got a hammer, nailed the stakes in a bit more into the ground, set a little bit more in. But as a whole, not too bad, not too shabby. In a second I'll take you in there, kind of show you if I was doing an overnight in this kind of weather. If I was doing an overnight in this kind of weather, probably all I would need, so what would it, can't remember what the temperature would be tonight. It'll be like the mid-teens, so it'll be like between 13 and 16 degrees tonight. So if that was me, I would obviously have some kind of like mat on the floor. Ideally one of those inflatable mats, one of those really thin inflatable mats. I would have that on the bottom. Then I would have some kind of blanket of some sort, not a duvet, because you got to remember, you're out in the woods, you're not going to have a duvet with you. But that's what I would have, a mat and some kind of blanket just to put over me. Yeah, during the night. As I said, it's going to be like mid-teens tonight in the weather temperature. During the day about 25, during the night around about the mid-teens. So yeah, and again, if I would spend the night here, I would have a fire out here. Obviously I'll get rid of all this, so it's down to the mud. I would have a fire out here, and with some kind of reflector as well to reflect the heat into the teepee. But yeah, that's another way, a good way of setting up a DD hammock. With these normal tents you get from like wherever, they don't always give you that option of using a string to tie it up, which is good, because if you're in a woodland like this and you put it in between two trees, as you can tell, they're crossing over each other, put it in between two trees, as long as you are aware that of your surroundings, or the weather and whatnot, it's nice blue sky, very light wind, those trees are not gonna come down. They're both live trees, and they're not dead at all. If they were dead trees, I wouldn't even do it to a dead tree. But in saying that, live trees fall over as well. They could be there for eons and be alive and fall over. But yeah, they look young, they look strong, they look alive. So they're not going to fall over. So yeah, that's the other way that you could do it. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to show you a closer look of the top, and then take you inside. Just been thinking I may not do the water filter today. I may do that in a different video. I'll explain now. So my partner, when he's working, he likes it when I come over and see him, which is a pain in my backside, because I'd rather do this. But he finishes at 3, so I've got to go and see him before 3 o'clock. He gets upset if I don't go and see him. the stand. So yeah, my partner gets upset if I don't go and see him. It's about 12:30 now. So by the time I pack this all up, yeah, go to where he works, yeah, it'll be close to 3 o'clock. Things we do when we're in a relationship. So with the filter, I'll probably do on a different day. So I probably won't do this. I'll probably just concentrate on the filter next time if I'll make it up. Don't know when that will be yet. So it's taken me a couple of hours just to get to this point. So yeah, nice place, nice little. Like I said, it's pretty much no different to last time. But the good thing is about this, you probably can get 2 people in it. So by removing the pole, you probably, yeah, get 2 people quite snug. It's a one-man tent, was supposed to be a one-man tent. They do have these as well on the side, and you can again time to trees, time to the ground. Yeah, put them out a bit. Yeah, same one. So you got 4 in all. So with that one, I probably could tie to a tree, and it will just literally just bring the whole lot out. Yeah, so I probably could do that next time. Oh, I'll probably do it in a minute, who knows. But this is what I was talking about. It's got a little bug on there. But yeah, it's what I was talking about. It's got a hoop, and it's got attached to 2 trees. And yeah. So if you watched my other video where I put this up in my garden, yeah, you kind of know what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to, yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to show the water filter, but I'm going to tie these 4 corners up so you kind of know what it looks like a little bit better. I'll do that now. Let's set you up. Are you actually facing where you need to face? You are now. Oh, totally missed the seat. But yeah, zoom in a little bit. So yeah, I kind of sorted out the front, but yeah, you got the straps in there. This heat, guys, it's very muggy. Yeah, very muggy. So what I'm going to do, guys, like I said, because it's so warm, partner finishes at 3. All this effort. Hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, it's more of like a review than bushcraft skills. Again, guys and girls and everyone in between, I'm just making videos for something for you guys to watch. I'm not a survival expert, I'm not a expert in anything. I just like coming out here. I used to come out here and do survival way before I done YouTube. YouTube wasn't even a thought when I started doing survival, when I started doing prepping, when I started doing all that. It wasn't even a thought. And then it must have been a year or 2 later, after doing survival, I thought, oh, let's start making videos. Let's start making videos on what I do and post them. And it's the same with this guys. You know, like, no matter where you are in the world, I'm doing this for fun, and you guys may see this tent and think, wow, I do a lot of hiking, I do quite a lot of backpacking, I do quite a lot of that kind of thing. I do a lot of camping, I do a lot of wild camping, I do a lot of whatever, outdoorsy stuff. And you may look at this and think, wow, this is a really good tent. Like I said, it's a one-man tent, and there's enough room to put your bag and a few items as well inside. Again, I've shown you that. Isn't it annoying, guys, when you try to get yourself sorted out and someone's trying to call you? So the only thing that's left to be put in my bag is my tarpaulin, the one I'm sitting on, and those 2 sticks, which don't know how good of a shot that was, guys. I don't know how much of that you saw, but the only thing I need to put attached to my bag is those 2 sticks, the tarpaulin I'm sitting on. Once I've done that, I don't need to sit on the tarpaulin because it's not wet, but oh, and the string. I forgot to take my string down. So things like that won't take long. I need to keep all of the sticks because some of these areas are steep, so I'll probably go back that way, and that way is a little bit too much. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to head that way and try and, like, but I'm just going to take 5 minutes out. I'm going to just reply to my partner. He's probably wondering where I am, because I said I love my partner to pieces, but sometimes he's a little bit too much. So yeah, you know, once I've done that little bit that I just mentioned, yeah, leave no trace. Leave no trace. Yeah. Seals, really important. So if you try and put everything neat, so like with string. So with any kind of string, it's like Christmas lights. You put them in the box after Christmas, all nice and neat and tidy. You store them away, you forget about them for about 11 months, and then when you bring them out of storage again, they're all knotted up, all tangled, all in a mess. String, wires, they're all the same. Put them away tidily, bring them back out when you need them, and they're a mess. So I just want to talk about these real quick. So they're my tent pegs. Now, I know that one just that one is a bit on the bent side. Yeah, it's a little bit on the bent side, so like I said, I don't have any tools with me. Try and travel light because of the temperature, but you do one or two things. You can either go and buy another pack of 6 or 12 or whatever of these, or if you're smart, which I'm not, you have your tools with you, and you could try and bend that back into shape. Or if you find that you got a bent one like that, you can still use it. So no biggie, no big issue. But what I've done is I've put an extra pack of these in my bag. So if they get broken, lost, at least you've got replacements, so you can replace it. So again, with my tent, I've tried to fold it up as best I could to put it back inside again. We all know that buy something new and you take it out the bag, people always say, "Oh, well, it came from the bag, so must fit." Well, it can it can fit back in the bag if you fold it up properly. If you don't fold the bag up, then if you don't fold the item up, then it won't fit back into the bag. So again, just bear that in mind when you take something like your tent down. Fold it up as tight as possible, as neat as possible, and it will go back into the bag. Again, take that extra 5 minutes. If you're stressed out, just take a break and then go back to it when you're not stressed out. So yeah, so that is the rule. So when you take something down, don't be stressed, take your time, fold it up nicely, it will go back into the bag. Same with these, just take your time. So this is all extras, by the way, guys. All extra footage which I'm going to put into the video. So yeah, just going to put these back into the bag, and then that bag into my big bag, and then see how we go. See how we go. You don't have to use one of those walking sticks. You can if you want to. If you're in a field where there's no trees, you can use a walking stick, or if you're in the woods like this, if you're like wild camping in the woods and stuff like that, all you need is 2 trees near enough close to each other, close enough where you can again, depends how long your cord is, use a piece of cord in between, and do it that way. So that's basically kind of what I'm doing, guys. I'm not trying to be a survivalist. I'm not trying to, rub two sticks together to make a fire. I'm not, trying to filter water through I know, bark and leaves. You know what I mean? How can I put it? I wouldn't filter that water in that stream through a leaf, because and then saying to you, oh, it's safe to drink, it's safe to drink, just drink it. No, it's not. Even I know that it's not. Even a 2-year-old knows that's not safe to drink. So again, when it comes to things like that, it's down to you guys to just use your common sense. I'm just out here to have fun. I'm just out here to get out of the house. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just out here to get out of the house and have a little bit of fun. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to pack this all away. I've just seen a dog literally run through the trees. It's only a matter of time before I get a dog decide to cock his leg on my tent, which I don't want. So I'm going to start packing this a lot away. Again, I just want to come out and show you what it looks like outside in a wooded area, show you another technique that you can use. You can use it on this particular tent. The teepee I've got, you can do it with the teepee, and this is a 7-foot teepee. You can do the same thing. It's got the same toggle on top. That sleeps 4 people, if I remember right, or 1 person and all their gear. But yeah, this is so yeah, this is a 1-man tent with a backpack and a couple of other items, like cooking items. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Just come out here. Like next time when I come out here, I'll use my water filter and I'll show you the water filter. You know what I mean? Like that kind of survival. I'm not going to show you how to do anything that's going to put a hurt on you, so to speak. Or I may come out here and try to light a fire in the rain, or I may do something like that, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not going to be like these survival shows where, yeah, I dig a hole and I find a slug and eat the slug. You know, I'm not going to do that. If that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm going to start thinking about going. I know I've said that about 5 times already. So my next video that I'll do out here will be my filter, and maybe a video after that, if I remember, I will do my hammock. I don't think I've ever done a video with my hammock and tarpaulin set up. I don't think I've done that. Let me know if I have, of course. So next one, water filter. One after that, my hammock. So yeah, thanks all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's not really exciting, but yeah, like I said at the beginning, I just feel a bit of deja vu. I feel a little bit tired and burnt out, and I'm just using this as an excuse to get the house. So yeah, so thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all your comments and likes and shares and subscribes, and yeah, thank you for that, and I'll see you all hopefully next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.